What's up YouTube, Dimix here today, here giving you guys my top 10 heroes and villains for Star Wars Battlefront 2. So the way I'm going to rank this is based off the character's skill level, how beneficial they are in Galactic Assault and Heroes vs Villains, along with my own personal bias. So I don't care how good Bosk is, I hate him. I don't know why he's in this game. You could have put Grievous, Obi-Wan, Dooku, Anakin, someone else but Bosk. He was in the movie for like 2 seconds. You know what, I need to calm down, because it's not worth it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting at number 10, I have Leia Organa. When I first saw Leia as an option, I immediately ignored her. I was like, Leia Organa? What can she do, survive the vacuum of space? Oh wait.
I'm very poppin', y'all!
Now once I actually started playing as Leia, I quickly realized she is a worthy asset to the team. In Galactic Assault and Heroes vs Villains, Leia's Defender pistol does a fair amount of damage against enemies, but when you hold down the left trigger, oh, prepare for pain. Also, Leia's rapid fire ability is great for taking down groups of troopers, can deploy a rip-off bubble shield capable of protecting herself and allies, and has a flash grenade which will burn your retinas instantly. At number 9, I have Luke Skywalker. Once a moisture farmer, now a Jedi Master, Luke is a well-balanced hero for Galactic Assault and Heroes vs Villains, seeing that he is able to move quickly, deflect and reflect enemy blaster bolts, strike down foes at a frenetic pace. Luke's abilities include Rush, which enhances Luke's speed and quickly moves to attack in any direction. Push uses the Force to repel enemies backwards and is useful for knocking enemies over ledges or any other hazardous environments. And Repulse summons Luke's inner Star Killer by sending a burst of Force energy out from the ground, dealing damage to any nearby enemies. At number 8, I have Darth Maul. Now here's a villain that was cut short. Get it? Cause Obi-Wan sliced him in it. We get the point, you dumb f***. Alright, geez, I was just trying to have some fun, damn. Playing as Darth Maul, you have to be intensely aggressive and lash out the true power of the dark side. From his spin attack, which cuts down enemies in his path as he leaps forward, his chokehold, where Maul has the opportunity to choke multiple enemies, and ending it with enemies being thrown to the ground like throwing your cat to see if it lands on its feet. Make the ground shake. However, there is a trade-off with Maul's amazing offense. He has 0 defense. He can't block blaster fire, lightsaber strikes, or force abilities. All Maul can do is dash and run away like my dad dodging child support. Daddy, come back. At number 7, I have Rey. Ah, the great Mary Sue. Hey guys, it's a joke. I'm calm down. I'm kidding. Calm down, dang! Now one of the benefits of choosing Rey in Battlefront 2 is having the strongest lightsaber strikes, making Rey a force to be reckoned with. Rey's Insight ability not only reveals enemies nearby with their pants down, but increases Rey's stamina and damage output while active. Dash Strike is alright I guess, but I mainly use it to get out of danger. Rey's last ability, Mind Trick, is the big selling point, which causes nearby enemies to be dazed and confused, for a brief period of time anyway. It's basically one of those abilities that's fun to use, but is annoying to go up against. At number 6, I have Darth Vader. Now this is the Sith Lord. Vader is top tier when it comes down to strength and durability, but at the cost of slow mobility. Damn you cybernetic enhancements! However, Vader's abilities will put the fear in many enemies, with his focused rage which allows Vader to deal more damage and can absorb more punishment, so you're basically gonna feel like this. You can use Vader's Saber Throw, which is self-explanatory, and the iconic Force Choke used to lift, damage, and drop enemies like a domestic abuse gone wrong. Was that too soon? At number 5, I have Kylo Ren. Now Severus... Kylo Ren isn't the most lethal of the Star Wars villains in Battlefront 2, but Kylo is probably one of the most fun characters to play as, from using his Frenzy ability, which works probably 50% of the time, allowing Kylo to leap from enemy to enemy, attacking with his blade. You have Pull, where you can tell your enemies to get over here! And Freeze, which immobilizes enemies in front of him. Oh, if only he could stop blaster fire. That was a missed opportunity, EA. At number 4, I have Chewbacca. If you have not played as Chewie yet, let me tell you, his bowcaster brings the hurt.
I like this thing.
With his bowcaster being able to fire charged shots at his enemies, and Chewie is durable enough to take an immense amount of punishment. His abilities include the Shock Grenade, which shocks and immobilizes enemies, allowing for easy kills. The Charge Slam brings out Chewie's inner Hulk by dealing high damage and knocking enemies off their feet. Works in the air too. And Furious Bowcaster, which overcharges Chewie's weapon to fire fully charged shots with no charge time. Now if only there was an eating a fried pork ability. At number 3, I have Boba Fett. The legendary bounty hunter has it all when hunting down his victims, from Boba's jetpack providing him the best mobility in the game, whether it's gaining the high ground or avoiding conflict, especially in Heroes vs Villains when you're the prime target. Boba's Blast Egg E3 does a considerable amount of damage and uses his flamethrower as his melee attack. In addition, when you look at Boba's abilities, you'll know why he can be a difficult villain to deal with. From his For the Hunt ability, which allows Boba to disappear from the enemy radar, gains unlimited jetpack fuel, and acquires insight into the location of nearby enemies. Then he has the Concussion Grenade, which dazes enemies for a short period of time, and the Rocket Barrage, which can take out most heroes in one attempt if all small rocket launch from Boba's wrist connect. Ah, Boba Fett make Jango so proud. At number 2, I have Emperor Palpatine. The sinister ruler of the Galactic Empire may look frail, but his Force Lightning is no joke, especially if you max out his star cards. That will grant you Each ability Palpatine has is extremely beneficial against a group of enemies, such as Chain Lightning, which strikes a target and then spreads to hit other nearby enemies, Electrocute, which immobilizes enemies in front of him, and Dark Aura, which surrounds the Emperor with force energy, damaging and slowing down foes within the area. And at number 1, I have Finn.
What?
I know, right? Who would have thought that Finn, the
Traitor!
who gets his ass beat every time he's in a fight, would be one of the best heroes to use in Battlefront 2. I guess that Stormtrooper training paid off after all. But honestly, what puts Finn ahead of the pack in this game is his Big Deal ability. Forget about Deadeye and Undercover Team. Without Big Deal, Finn would be average at best, because this ability gives himself and allies extra health, damage reduction, no weapon cooldown, and faster ability recharge. Jeez, EA, why don't you just give Finn the ability to fire Starkiller Base while you're at it? Seriously though, I really enjoy using Finn for his offensive and supportive capabilities. And not only do Finn's abilities make him a stronger fighter, but makes his teammates stronger as well. Now most likely Finn will get nerfed in the next couple of months, but I'm going to enjoy this moment while it lasts. So there you guys have it, those are my top 10 heroes and villains for Star Wars Battlefront 2. What are your favorite characters to use in the game? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, it really helps me out. And subscribe for more content from me on Battlefront 2 and other games in general. I'm DMLX. I'll see you in the future.